under the harsh glare of those unforgiving practice lights at the Lakers facility, there's been a rumor swirling that's igniting the entire purple and gold fan base, from the echo of squeaking sneakers on the freshly waxed court to the barely audible click of the locker room door locking behind closed lips. Something seismic is brewing, and it's got insiders whispering that Adou Thiero isn't just a new name to toss around. He's the spark that could rewrite this season's script before the opening tip even drops. Yeah, the kid who was quietly scooped up 36 in the draft after the Lakers made some jaw-dropping moves, climbing up to a 7-team multi-pick trade involving none other than Kevin Durant himself, is now reportedly cooking hot in the Lakers' laboratory, grinding through drills and shaking off a knee injury that sidelined him all summer league. But here's the real deal: this isn't your run-of-the-mill rookie story. No, the vibe around the facility is electric, because Thiero's arrival is already making waves among the vet leadership, shaking up the locker room atmosphere in ways nobody saw coming. And with the kid posting up early mornings, working on his fundamentals and that all-important three-point stroke that was shaky back in his Arkansas days, it's clear he's not here to warm the bench, trust me. The coaches are calling him a blank canvas, ready to be shaped into the kind of defensive weapon the Lakers have been craving, the kind of versatile wing that can guard multiple positions and run alongside Reeves, Hachimura, LeBron, and even AD without missing a beat. And if you think this is just about athletic upside, wait till you hear this. Thiero comes from basketball royalty, with parents who played college ball at Memphis. And for the WNBA, meaning he breathes this game, lives it, and is wired for that next-level professionalism that doesn't just show up overnight. It's been hammered into his DNA, and while his offensive game is still a work in progress, especially that long ball, which hovered just north of 25% in college, what's got the Lakers staff buzzing is his insanely high motor, his aggressive defense, and his ability to snatch steals, block shots, and crash the boards with a 6'8" frame that packs 220 pounds of pure athleticism plus freakish wingspan and vertical leap. Exactly the kind of 3-and-D profile this team killed to find when the season ended in frustrating fashion last year. Plus, word has it that LeBron himself has taken the young man under his wing, dropping nuggets on durability and game IQ that only a future Hall of Famer can deliver in those quiet, behind-the-scenes moments. The chips are stacked, and the Lakers aren't rushing Thiero's debut. He's been given the green light to build his confidence steadily, skipping the summer league grind to potentially debut healthy and ready for a full training camp launch in September. And get this, though he's expected to play about 10 to 15 minutes a night as a rookie, the savvy front office sees him as a long-term seed planner, maybe the next defensive anchor when the giants like LeBron and AD step off the stage, and someone who would even turn into a locker room leader down the line. So yeah, right now he's sharpening his court vision, locking in on tactical drills, and piling reps on that shot, aiming to turn what was a mediocre 25% three into something in NBA-range territory. Talk about patience and dedication. And on socials, the buzz is growing. Fans and insiders are already drawing comparisons to Dorian Finney-Smith, praising his energy and hustle while acknowledging the shot's still a work in progress. But here's the twist nobody's talking about yet. This quiet kid, late second round pick, stepped right into a Lakers team that desperately needed that injection of athletic vigor and defensive tenacity. And every trainer, coach, and exec I've heard from says they truly believe he's more than just a rotational piece. Could be a game changer, yes. There's still that what if hanging heavy. What if his shot never clicks? What if injuries ripple again? But from where I'm standing, every move, every sweat-dripping drill, and every whispered locker room exchange points to a kid who's already fast-tracking himself into relevance in the deepest corners of the Lakers system. And imagine this, all this hustle happening while the front office juggles caps, contracts, and looming trades. You've got Pelinka pacing, crunching numbers and weaving deals under sprawling NBA night skies. There is so much fire beneath the surface that the newly confirmed acquisition of Adou Thiero reads less like a completed chapter and more like The opening line to a blockbuster storyline that will stretch through the season and beyond so. Lakers Nation, here's what you gotta do. You better buckle up. Slam that like, smash subscribe, and flip your notifications to all because this story is just warming up. The drills, the sweat, that sharp-eyed focus from a kid who knows it's a marathon and not a sprint. The off-court chess moves involving Durant and 17s. The subtle shifts reverberating through the locker room. These aren't coincidences. They're the first domino in a chain reaction that'll have everyone talking. And if you think this is it, hold on tight because behind the scenes, there's a whole storm brewing. With secret deals, cash shakeups, and boardroom moves about to drop that will redefine the Lakers' destiny. Yeah, we see you waiting for that next bombshell. And just when you think you've got the full picture, boom, a new twist is about to slam the scene. See you on the other side. Feel that storm coiling in your chest like a rattlesnake ready to strike? Good, because Lakers Nation, the shifting tectonic plates beneath our beloved purple and gold have just rattled again. And this time it's not a whisper, it's a full throttle. Rumble that threatens to rewrite the map of an entire season before we even lace up for Game 1. Adou Thiero. Remember the name that's already crackling through locker rooms and front office back halls like a live wire. That quiet kid with the bruised summer, but the fire in his eyes is no longer just a late second round afterthought. He's the fuse to a bomb Pelinka's been meticulously crafting while we all blinked, trapped in the looping highlight reels of last season's heartbreak. The shadow of that playoff choke against Denver haunting us like a ghost at the banquet table. And here's where the story fractures. Inside the facility, amid the clang of weight stacks and the squeal of sneakers on polished hardwood, rumors have morphed into something heavier, almost tangible. Like oxygen charged with static, there's a schism forming in that locker room. The vets the crown. Kings like LeBron, chiseling his twilight masterpiece, and AD, marching with iron will to etch his own legacy, are torn. Some see Thiero as the slippery key to patching worn defense and injecting life into a team choking on its fading glory. Others whisper that throwing rookie flames into this combustible mix might spark a wildfire nobody controls. Can you feel that? The tension thicker than last year's championship drought. Like watching Shaq and Kobe's explosive chemistry sometimes crack under pressure. Except this time, it's primal uncertainty gnawing at us all. But hold tight, this isn't your usual rookie hype. LeBron's rare mentorship sessions, locked away behind closed doors, aren't just feel-good flicks. They're laden with strategic discipline, subtle lessons on ironclad durability, and cold-blooded IQ that only a man chasing history can impart, whispers past like sacred gospel. Meanwhile, the front office is burning the midnight oil, crunching numbers with that eerie calmness, juggling cap space and cursed contracts while spinning an end Olympic web of multi-team deals. The Durant tango was just opening night. Now word is out there's a ripple no one foresaw. A quiet clause slumbering like a dormant volcano in that 17 swap. A clause that pulls strings far beyond the court. What if the Lakers are eyeing more than just Armstrong's gradual twilight? What if they're scheming a blockbuster sequel that could pull the Western Conference into chaos, flipping team allegiances and shaking foundations like the bubble's sudden surge that no one predicted but changed everything? Thiero's defensive versatility makes him a Swiss Army knife in a roster desperate for reliability. The kind of swing man who could guard Jokic like tricksters one night and sprint past the Suns' blazing talent the next. But now imagine the pressure cooker that places on a man fresh from the college grind. A kid who can taste greatness, but still fights to find his footing in an altitude of giants. Is his shaky three-point percent the gamble that could sink or soar? The trainers watch his mechanics with hawk eyes, muscles firing, sweat flying, but every shot that clings to rim echoes as a question mark. Can he evolve fast enough to hack it? Alternatively, what if the relentless grind tricks his aging body and the injury bug bites back again, leaving us to stare down the same ghost of last year's collapse? You can almost taste the electric anxiety flowing through purple and gold veins. A pressure so tangible, it squeezes your heart like an iron fist. especially with the Western gauntlet sharpening its teeth, the Nuggets circling with cold precision, the Clips snarling, the Warriors plotting their resurgence, and Phoenix swelling with swagger. Are we ready to answer that call? The chatter explodes on social, where superfans and insiders alike latch on to every clip of Thiero hustling, comparing him to the gritty Cinderella tale of Dorian Finney-Smith, praising the motor while nervously scanning for signs of an emerging shot that could vault or sink him. Off the court, the vibes are shifting like an earthquake. Is the locker room trust cracking or cementing? LeBron, the almost mythical figure balancing legacy and leadership, is said to be testing the waters of this chemistry, weighing whether Thiero's youth and energy can spark the kind of second wind that would elevate him from bench player to court commander. AD, the iron-willed anchor, has apparently nodded toward letting this kid earn minutes, but only under the strictest guard. There's an undercurrent of prove it or fade, hanging heavy. And the grapevine has it that the whole facility is humming with anticipation, the staff stealthily tracking every heartbeat of the kid's progress, knowing full well that this story stakes tower as tall as that Lakers banner that hangs ever silent but full of dreams. Meanwhile, whispers ebb and flow about secret personal meetings, late-night strategy huddles buried deep in the bowels of the training facility, and a tantalizing tidbit that the Lakers could be holding something back, undisclosed weapon, strapped to the roster, or a pending flip on the trade block that could unleash a seismic roster shuffle shaking the league to its core. But here's the kicker amid this frenzy of hope and dread. There's murmurs from people with a direct line to the brass hinting that Pelinka and the Brain Trust are watching not just the season, but decades ahead, like chess masters planning. Moves already on the next 5 boards, and Thiero might not just be a momentary flash, but the first cornerstone in a much bigger rebuild that we're only beginning to grasp. Imagine a future where his name is etched next to Lakers royalty, not as a footnote, but as the defensive titan who carried Showtime's spirit into the modern era. This is no mere rookie's journey. This is a potential legend in the making, tempered through blood, sweat, and whispered lessons from the elders. Yet the shadow lingers. What if that shot never smooths out? What if the Lakers' ambitions outpace the kid's growth? What if the simmering locker room tensions implode under pressure, splintering the fragile trust and opening the door for rivals to pick at the bones of a fractured dynasty? The stakes are as high as LeBron's towering dynasty, as uncertain as the bubble miracle that caught the whole league off guard. And the only thing keeping this roller coaster on the tracks is the unyielding pulse of fans clutching their jerseys and hearts alike, hungry for redemption and rebirth. So as the world watches and the Western Conference's wolves circle with slick intent, there's a roaring question that slams into every Lakers heart. Will Adou Thiero be the spark that ignites a new Showtime era, a defensive symphony that carries us back to the summit? Or is he the fragile hope before the next storm shatters the fragile peace? Hold on tight, Lakers fans, because the tremors are just beginning to ripple. And as a Laker till I draw my last breath, here's the storm. I swear is coming. Now you tell me what's tearing at your gut. Because trust me, this saga has only just ignited.